speaking easily, reasonably, quickly, and without having to stop and pause a lot. Becoming fluent, a language can take many years, but here are some tips to help you sound as natural as possible in speaking.
So, and this slide will give you some hints about how to enhance your performance in speaking English. Common communication with simple sentences. Communication is the most important part of speaking, and it's important to communicate your ideas as naturally as possible. Is there any bells to make you fluent in this part? Yes. I ask you a question and I want you to answer it. Could repetition make me fluent? If you know the answer, raise your hand. Repetition. When I say repeat after me, could that make you fluent in English? Yes? How?
Repeat words make you able to pronounce words correctly every time. يعني انت لما
So when I say repeat after me, for example, so repeat after me. Cat. Repeat after me. Cat. Dog. Bear. Cat. Dog. Bear. Are you fluent in English now?
No.
What I mean is, I'll give you an example. When you are talking about yourself, in very simple sentences, give some information about yourself. My name is Abdurrahman. I am 47 years old. I live in Giza. I like watching football matches, for example. Those are 4 simple sentences. When I tried to say them for the first time, I got stuck with some information. It was hard to me. But when I repeat them to another partner, another friend, I got more confidence. When I repeat them for the third time, I get more and more confidence. You will see that when you read your information for the first time, you will be perfect. You will add more information. When you listen to your friend and speak to him without any pressure, happening, you will find this very useful to read this information. If you please, what we do and again by this. So I want 2 rows. This row will stand over here. If you please stand up. Stand up. This row will stand over here. And this row will stand over there. Do we stand up? Could you please read the number of this row? I want you face to face. I want each one to have a party. Discuss it. Now each one in this row. Well, if you please. Mr. Ayman, here if you please, in the middle of the room. When you hear the music, start group A to tell the information to your friend in group B. Is it okay? When I stop the music and replay it again, group B will start to get information about himself to group A. Do you got it? So, let's start. Are you ready?
Information
about yourself. So start. A will start to give B some information about himself. Start please.
لا وجه
Information about yourself. That he changed the partner. Mister, he changed his partner. He get used to the information using the same sentences again. So he will be confident, more confident. when you use it at the same time, okay, say it confidently. After that, you could bring some shy stories in front of the class. Start. What did you give your friend about yourself? What is information you give him about yourself? So start talk to your friends about it. You will find some amazing results because they got used to use the language. They only speak mostly and easily, with more confidence. They said that for 4 times. This is repetition. But it's not random. We use it in pairs. We use it in these 4 times because after the first time, the student will get confident. Try it in your school and in your class. And you will find amazing results. This is alright, let's return back to fluency. Now we spoke about speaking. Be confident about speaking in English. Don't fear. Use the language. We are all English teachers. We should use the language. We should encourage our students to use the language. If you know a lot of English, use your English and show others what you know. You already have a lot of information, of skills. Use it. Be very clear about the message you want to communicate. This is your goal. What is the aim of this activity? Why do you do this activity? Don't worry about making mistakes. Don't worry about making mistakes. We are all human beings. We do mistakes. The important thing is that to communicate what you want to say. Deliver your information. Give them what you want. Practice at home with a speaking game. Like this, I will stand in front of the wall and imagine that it's my friend. I will say very loud sound. 4 sentences about myself without stopping for a minute. Then I will make it 2 minutes without stopping. I will add some more information. Well, give me a lot of confidence and fluency. For me, it's very simple. Look at yourself at the mirror and say what you want to say. Imagine your image in the mirror. There is another one you want to say some information. So please switch off your mobile. Switch off your mobile.
Has worked for many of my students. And if you do what I tell you in this video, I guarantee that you will become more fluent in English. So what is this trick? Well, it's a technique known as jam. No, not that kind of jam. This is actually a little fluency game based on a show that airs on BBC Radio. The reason it's called jam is because it's short for just a minute. This game has 3 stages. So here's how you play it. You're going to talk about a topic for 1 minute. That is, you're going to give a speech without any preparation. So you just pick a topic. You can either take general topics like sports, hobbies, friends, books, etc. Or you can choose a question. For example, what is your favorite mode of transport? And once you have a topic, you speak. Now when you do, there are some rules. The first rule is that you cannot stop speaking. You must talk for the full minute. If you have to pause to catch your breath, it's okay, but you cannot pause for more than 3 seconds. Even if you say nonsense or you say something unrelated to the topic, it doesn't matter. You're just going to keep talking. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you cannot repeat the same ideas. That means you can't just say the same things over and over and over again. This isn't pronunciation practice, it's fluency development. So no repetition of the same ideas. And rule number 3 is no writing. You cannot make any notes while you are speaking. You must only concentrate on speaking. These are just the 3 rules. So to begin, you need a timer. This can be on your smartphone, for example. You start stage 1 by starting the timer, and you speak until the 1 minute is reached. I'm going to give you an example of how to do this. I'm going to take this question, what is your favorite mode of transport? And I'm going to speak for a minute on this topic. Now, I haven't done any preparation, so let's see how I do. Okay, so what's my favorite mode of transport? I would have to say that it's the train. That's because actually you get to see a lot of nice scenery, beautiful landscapes and things like that. And train journeys generally tend to be longer than other types of, or rather other modes of transport. You can see that I'm really struggling for ideas, but I can't stop. I have to keep going. So I'm saying whatever comes to mind. That's no problem. But back to the topic at hand. Yeah, train journeys, because they're longer, they're more relaxing. And one last thing I want to mention is that I've had the opportunity to meet interesting people and make friends on many train journeys. As a kid, I used to ride the train a lot with my family. We used to go to a lot of places by train, and it's actually something that I really enjoy. Phew, that was hard, but that's okay. That's the whole point of this exercise. That was stage 1. Now we're going to move on to stage 2. Here's where we're really going to start building our fluency. The first part of stage 2 is making notes. So you can use a paper and pen now. And you're going to think back to the speech that you just gave and collect ideas that you came up with. In my speech, I remember that I had 3 ideas. The first was that on train journeys, you get to see a lot of beautiful scenery. The second idea was that train journeys are longer, so they're more relaxing. The third idea was that you get to meet interesting people and make friends. So once you have these ideas down, you're going to repeat the exercise. That means you're going to set your timer for 1 minute, and you're going to speak again on the same topic. But now, you can use your notes to guide you. You will notice that this time, you are actually able to speak more fluently because you have some good ideas on paper, and you will be able to expand on your ideas and give more information. Once the timer hits 1 minute, you stop, and we move on to stage 3. Just like in stage 2, you're going to go to paper and pen, but this time, you're going to add more ideas to your notes based on your second speech. I added some ideas like this. So now, for one final time, you're going to speak again. This is your final speech. So you set your timer for 1 minute, you use your notes, and speak. I'm going to give you my final speech based on my notes so you can see the difference. So here we go. My favorite mode of transport is actually the train. I love train travel for 2 or 3 reasons. The first is that the journey is usually longer than when you fly on a plane or even when you travel by car or bus. So as a result, it's very relaxing. Another big advantage is that you get to see a lot of scenery when you ride a train. Now, if you're riding the subway and your train is going through a tunnel the whole time, then obviously you won't see any natural beauty. But if you're lucky enough to ride a train through the countryside, I'll tell you, that's an incredible experience. But for me personally, the best part about trains is that you get to meet people and make friends, especially on some of the longer journeys. Even if you don't take each other's phone numbers or become best buddies, you still get to have great conversations and meet some really interesting people. So those are the 3 reasons why I enjoy train travel so much.
Before that comes some rules to help you when you are speaking and summarize your answers. The speaker could write down some
Even
Hashmat, please listen to the friend. Mr. Hisham. So start, Ms. Minna.
First, I think this activity is very useful in classes. We can use and apply it for younger pupils and older pupils. I think it's useful in giving confidence to the pupils, improve speaking skills, arrange thoughts. The pupil get used to arrange thoughts and talk about it, improve himself or herself, criticize and improve, evaluate, and stop being shy in speaking. How to apply in classes? I think in primary 4, 5, and 6, we can give a topic in paragraph, for example, speak and practice at home. Then next time he stands and speak about the topic. For younger pupils, I think he can use or talk about himself or herself, family and friends.
Thanks. What about your group? What is the name of your group? Butterfly. So who is the speaker? Miss Gada? What have you learned from this activity? Listen please.
This exercise is very useful for our we can use it in our class to make pupils speak English fluently. We can do it in class too. Give someone a passage to in this exercise I can make some mistakes, but in second time I can make few mistakes and I can speak English fluently and smoothly.
Mr. Ayman, Tigers? Who is the speaker?
Mr. Royal.
Mr. Ryan, so give us some ideas about what we are discussing. Mr. Hisham. Start. First, you put it out of the paper. Is there a paper? Mr. Is there a paper? Put it from the paper. Mr. Luis, speaker. Mr. Hisham, could you read out from the paper? Then write down the right. So you all have 2 minutes to prepare yourself, Mr. Hisham. Mr. Hisham, will please speak, right? The next movement is good there. Right. So I'm going to continue. What's your name, Miss?
I am Miss Mona.
Well done, Miss Mona. I appreciate what you will do.
I want to introduce myself.
This is not related to what we have done, but it's okay. So start, Miss Mona.
Yes, I am Mona. I am a teacher of English in Omrania Primary School. I have 1 son and 1 daughter. My daughter is married and have 2 children. My son is engineer. He want to marry a pretty and beautiful girl. I live in my family very much. My husband is engineer. He is 60 years old. He اسمها ايه يا استاذه؟ He tired now.
Retired. So start.
I learned how to be more fluent, how to express myself in English, how to be more confident. He chose a subject and spoke about it. He put a question and answered it only in 1 minute. After that, he gave many ideas about this subject, and then he explained these ideas about, for example, he said that to ride or to get into a train, it makes you more relaxed. It is very good for long distance. You meet and recognize new people. Then he used a record to check out his mistake and to listen to himself to know how did he improve.
Well done, excellent. This is the aim of this video. This is it. Right, well done, Mr. Thanks, sit down. Last, once more wide.
This activity helps the student to improve language. It improves the behavior of the student to be active, gives them more confidence. It helps them to gain a lot of vocabulary and to be more motivated, to be familiar with the language, how to build a sentence correctly. It helps the student to communicate effectively. It develops the ways of the student thinking. It helps the student to apply it at home. It helps them to speak well. It helps them to translate well, such as, for example,
So this is our roots, and this is what you have learned from this activity. For me, I got 3 steps to improve my performance or fluency at speaking. First step is to speak for a minute about a topic, a subject. I start randomly and choose a subject like he had done. I'll speak about sport, my favorite subject, about what I want to be in the future, and so on. Then, after that, without this step, without doing any notes, in the second step, I will use a pen and a note and take some notes to improve my performance. In the third step, I will say it again. But now I will be more confident. I could record myself and re-listen to my recording again to improve my performance. So you could use your cell phone to do this activity. You could do this activity once a day for a week, and you will see how your performance in English will be improved. You could encourage your students to make a kind of clubs, listening clubs, speaking clubs, and to give them some hints about how to improve their speaking by using some simple tricks like this. Now for me, the best group which did what I want them to do, to summarize what they have learned from this activity, is Sunflower Group. Without voting, because they got the idea, summarize it, and could express it perfectly. I want all of us to clap our hands for this group and welcome them on hand. You are the speaker, so you will not use the someone missing, I will give you another one. Hope you all who deserved it?
For myself,
Now let's move to
fast. But actually, what can make us difficult to understand is how we transform language. We do this by connecting our speech, deleting sounds, and de-stressing vowels. A common phrase that is transformed by native English speakers is the beginning of the WH question, what do you? Which we say as, what do you? For example, what do you want to do today? Notice how what do you became what do ya, and want to became wanna. Listen again. What do you want to do today? So why is what do you pronounced as what do ya? What do you? To pronounce and understand this phrase like a native English speaker, first you connect the speech, consonants plus consonants, and say, what do you? Second, de-stress the vowel sound in do, so the oo in do becomes up.
And instead of being stressed, make it like schwa.
What do you?
Unstressed.
Third, combining the T and D causes you to delete the T in what and just say the D from do. What do you? Fourth, de-stress the vowel sound in U, so the oo in U becomes up. Yeah. What do you? So what do you became what do you? Got it? Let's practice. Notice how in these WH questions, my intonation goes down at the end of each question. Listen and repeat. What do you think of this shirt? What do you think of this shirt? What do you want for dinner tonight? What do you want for dinner tonight? What do you prefer? Vanilla or chocolate? What do you prefer? Vanilla or chocolate? What do you typically eat on Thanksgiving? What do you typically eat on Thanksgiving? Don't forget to subscribe to the Elemental English podcast on iTunes, and if this lesson was helpful,
so good practice this activity. From each other, right? Right.
Yes.
This is the first step.
Then I'll learn them how to pronounce the sentence as I wanted to tell them or learn them.
Can I connect with speech unit?
Yes.
Like what I have
Yes.
so,
like that she the word is separated, and then I
when they say it in separation, so it's stressed and in a very high speech. Right? When I say it in a connected speech, some letters are separated.
I think they know the difference between the word is like this, and I will tell them what I will do. To know what they are doing.
Right. So I give them some hints about why they are doing such an activity. I ask them to bring some more sentences related to their curriculum and try to say the words in isolation, separate words, and repeat after me and say, and then to say it in a complete sentence, and I will make the mistakes. To give them example how to write or how to say this sentence. Right? You get the idea? Now practice pronunciation. Word stress. You know that when I say this word, I put the pronounce it present. When I say it in another way, present. So when I say that present, this is a present for you. It's a noun. Present yourself. So start out. So when I stress it, or change the placement of the stress, I change the part of speech, this word, from a noun to a verb. Well, watch a review related to this and the practice of page 35 and 36. Pronounce English words correctly.
Hello, I'm Emma from...
This is very important, and this side is very important.
They're pronounced differently, and that's all because of syllable stress. First thing, what's a syllable? A syllable is a part of an English word, and it's created by a vowel sound. Take the example from before, present. It has two vowel sounds in it, and o. Present. Thus, there's two syllables. The word book has only one syllable. The word date has only one syllable. It's tricky because there are two vowel letters. But if you listen carefully, you'll hear there is only one vowel sound. Date. The E is silent. And in the word mine, there's only one syllable. Even though there's only consonants in this word, there is still a vowel sound. The Y makes a vowel sound. I. Mine. How many syllables does the word apple have? Apple. 2. How many syllables does the word banana have? 3. Banana. 3. What about beautiful? Beautiful. 3. And economical? Economical. 5. Great. Notice that I'm saying banana, not banana. Not all syllables are equal. If there is only one syllable in the word, then of course it will give stress to it. If there is more than one syllable in the word, then there will be one syllable that is stronger, clearer, and bolder than the others. The pronunciation of that syllable is clearer. Here are a few more examples. Perfect. Can you hear how the first syllable is clearer and stronger than the second?
So this one refers to the primary stress. Primary stress. If you go through types of stress, you will have primary and secondary stress. Primary stress is started with a dash like this, and secondary stress will put it down here. Right?
The second syllable is so the first syllable is definitely stronger. It's been a perfect day. See Which syllable in each of these words is the strongest? Beautiful. Beautiful. The first syllable is the strongest syllable. For beautiful sunset. We use this stress to add emphasis to our sentence as well, especially with adjectives. The beautiful sunset. That's a beautiful dress. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Which syllable is stressed? Ridiculous. The second syllable is the stressed syllable. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I can't wear that. I'll look ridiculous. Enthusiastic.
Here is a secondary stress and the primary stress. Look at it. What is that? Primary and secondary stress.
Enthusiastic. It's the fourth syllable. Enthusiastic. Enthusiastic. We were really enthusiastic about the idea until we found out how much it would cost. So how do you know which syllable to stress? Unfortunately, there is no simple rule that you can follow. But there is an easy way that you can find out this information. When you're looking up a new word in the dictionary, you'll see the phonetic script next to that word.
Which means a transcription, which is written between two slanted lines.
It will tell you what syllable to stress, and it will be marked like this. Complicated, economical, intelligent. Of course, you can also listen to the pronunciation if you're using an online dictionary. Some longer words will also have a secondary stress. But the strongest stress, the main stress, is this syllable. So what do you need to remember? There is always one main syllable.
One main
stress to be stronger
But what I
than
have,
the others.
many unstressed or primary stress in a very long word with a lot of syllables, but it's only one main stress.
Pronouncing it incorrectly can be confusing.
Present, present.
Present. Present. Object. Object. Contract. Contract. Learning to push down on the strongest syllable will help you to add emphasis to your speech and your pronunciation. It will help you to sound more sincere, more interesting, and natural. I really like it. Your home is beautiful. What a perfect afternoon. Speaking English clearly and confidently is about more than just the pronunciation of sound. Word stress and syllable stress are just as important. I hope that you enjoyed that lesson and you don't have to stop now. There's heaps more videos available on my YouTube. Then I'm going to talk about very interesting topic. This one, please. Look at the board and guess. What are we going to talk about? Yes, Sarah. We are done what? We are going to talk about what? We are going to talk about. Are we going to talk about food? No. Are we going to talk about clothes? No. Are we going to talk about animals? Yes. Today's topic is about animals. Your favorite animal? My favorite animal is a bear. I like bear. It's funny. What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite animal? Yes. What's your favorite animal? Let's go. Very good. What about you? Panda. Very good. Yes. Cat. It's a cat. Very good. What about you? It's a lion. Very good. Yes. Is it a lion? Yes. Okay. Yes, I am. Very good. What about you? It's a parrot. It's a bird. Okay? Yes. Very good. Now, listen to me. Okay, I'm stop. Now, listen to me for 1 minute. Talk with your partner about your favorite animal. Like this.
I said, you got analysis activity in your class without caring about the number. I will give you some hints. Well, apply it. You are mistaking my desk. Our desk. There is my desk, my friend's desk, and so on. You are 3 out 2, and so on. I'm here. I will start speaking with my friend. Then I return to another one. Then another one. Then another one. Then another one. How many? I spoke to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I spoke to 5. Have I read my place? No. So I could overcome the problem of cloud. It's related to control and the clear instruction. If they get something new and develop themselves with the language, they will listen to it. They will do whatever you ask them to. If they find new techniques, new strategies, if they got some rewards from you, if they see that they advanced in the language, do well in the exams, got encouraged each time, they will do and participate without making any noise. This student participated with 5 students without leaving his place. This student will participate with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But leaving his place. Right? So we could overcome. It's not a problem. Set some clear rule, give them some instructions and give them some feedback. Good feedback. When they advance, they will like it. They will get used to it. By the time they will do what you want to, that thing work. When I do this sign,
هيتحول لروتين.
right? Look at it. Agree on some signs, some words, some colors. That's not them talking. When I raise this red pen, it means we make noise. Stop it. When I raise this black one, I will punish you. So take care. It means that. Set some rules. Right? As for the second problem,
in this primary class, teaching uses square words so that your students can help each other learn English grammar.
सर मेरा ये मेन टॉपिक रहेगा
I already explained to my students the concept of the English prepositions in front of, behind, and between. I will be helping them to understand this concept by physically illustrating them with verbs and actions.
between, in front of, and behind.
وتباشير وبتاع وشغل بتاع زمان.
She then demonstrates
لا عايز اتعلم بتاعنا.
pictures what the prepositions mean. This helps everyone to understand.
अभी ये हमारा सिक्का है, ठीक है? अब हम इसको ट्री के पीछे कर देंगे, ठीक है? ऐसे करोगे। अभी कौन बताएगा कि हमारा टिक्का कहाँ पे है? चांदनी? Behind. Very good. Sit down. हमारा टिक्का कहाँ पे है?
Now she asks students to do the activity in pairs. using sentences from the board.
अच्छा कितना बच्चा ऐसे कर सकते हैं? हाथ उठा के बताओ मुझे पता तो चले कितने मेरे बच्चों को समझ में आया है। वेरी गुड, हैंड्स डाउन। अभी हम क्या करते हैं, हम एक एक्टिविटी शुरू करेंगे, लेकिन उससे पहले हम लोग आपस में पेयर में बढ़ जाते हैं, ठीक है? एक बार हाथ पकड़ के मुझे दिखाओ, मुझे पता तो चल जाए किसका पार्टनर बन गया किसका नहीं। सामने मुझे दिखाओ, हैंड्स डाउन। आपको इन फ्रंट की सिचुएशन बनानी है, बिहाइंड का बनाना और बिटवीन में सामान लगा के दिखाना है, ठीक है? एक जना बनाएगा और एक जना कोशिश करेगा, चाहे ब्लैक बोर्ड से हेल्प लेनी पड़े, ब्लैक बोर्ड से हेल्प लेके हम सेंटेंस बोलने की कोशिश करें, ठीक है? चाहे थोड़ा ही बोल लें, बॉक्स इन फ्रंट या वेल इन फ्रंट ऑफ बॉक्स, ठीक है? थोड़ा थोड़ा ही बोलने की कोशिश कर लें। फिर दूसरा बच्चा बनाएगा और पहला बच्चा आपस में बात करेगा, ठीक है? बच्चे आपस में पेयर में बैठे हैं ना सब? पेयर वो किसलिए बेटर है?
Students can understand things
Using some materials like papers, some pictures, flashcards.
Students can be left out and
Use imagination.
but in pairs, students are more
Reality.
likely to get
Needs
it wrong.
reality. They work using very simple materials. This is noise that's supposed positive noise because they benefit from the activity. Use it.
पेयर वर्क का मेन बेनिफिट यही रहता है।
The main benefit of my students working in pairs is that they can help each other to learn.
Help
The
each
concepts
other
being
to learn.
become clearer.
I'm not perfect. You support me. You encourage me. So I use the language.
तो हमने इन फ्रंट में क्या रखा है? अभी इन साइड क्या है? The bell is sentence construction.
So it's related to creativity, not technology, right? It's related to control over your class. A clear rules, not the numbers.
You must have your own strategies.
Right.
انت
Your own
اللي
strategy.
تحددها.
And always have plan B.
على حسب الليرنرز اللي قدامك.
Right. Take care about individual differences. Try to talk to each one who is yours.
You must change the strategies. يعني مش تبقى تقليدي او روتيني على طول. Change strategies.
This is creativity. Mr. Roy, what are you writing? I didn't declare anything. Say